Welcome to another episode of Bourbonandbooze. It's Thursday. It's Thursday. No, it's Tuesday.
What day is it?
No idea. It's Tuesday. It is Whiskey Day, one of my favorite days. Every day for me is Whiskey Day. I just tolerate the oddities, coffees, and cocktails. I love whiskey.
That's just to break up the greatness of
the greatness. So this is Whiskey Day. We hope that you enjoy this episode. If you do, make sure you hit that like and subscribe. It means a lot to us. Today is episode 422. We're going to be looking at Clyde Maize Straight Rye Whiskey. This is Clyde Maize is a Alabama distillery. Pretty unknown a few years ago, and now it's quite available all over. It used to be a unicorn. People used to hunt for it, but now that it's available nationwide, it's not the unicorn, the whole series, but they have some, they have quite a bit. They have bourbon and rye and whiskey and stuff.
I just have a question.
Yes.
This is episode 422.
Mm-hmm.
2 episodes ago, did we do like a
420? No, we did not. Shut up. All right.
I was just curious.
So this is Clyde Maize. I think this is a historic distillery back in the early 1900s. It's renewed lately, but it's based off of a historic
recipe.
Yeah, that's since 1946, the Concoua Ridge Distillery.
Wait, I don't even have my...
I know.
Jeez.
The proof is 47% or 94 proof. It is a rye whiskey aged to 3 years. And the cost is extremely reasonable, if you ask me, at $39.99. Rye tends to be a little bit more than regular whiskey.
Yeah.
On par with bourbon sometimes more expensive, but yeah. So $40, not too bad. That's going to put it at the tail end of a 2-barrel on cost. Let's go ahead and...
Oh, I rounded it up, and you rounded it down.
Well, by rounding it down, I can keep it in the 2-barrel range. When you round it up, even though it's a 1 penny difference, it moves it to the 1-barrel range. And I like to give the benefit of the doubt because we always discussed how our price pointage is probably...
It's like
skewed.
gas.
Yeah, it's skewed. So I want to round it down to give it the better rating.
$39.99.
Yeah. Smells like a really good rye.
And I've kind of become quite fond of rye.
Oh, yeah. But rye has got a vast differences. I almost think that rye needs to be subcategorized.
It's kind of like the Scotches. There's different...
Yeah. You got the 5 regions, the Isleys, the Highlands, the Lowlands, the Spaysides, and the Islands. And whiskey has been subcategorized into Scotches and bourbons and whatever.
Yeah.
And even bourbons, in a way, have been subcategorized. I think rye needs to as well because there's such a
Because it just
difference.
says rye, and then you get so many different ryes that are just like... You can just... And I wouldn't know... I don't know if it's regional or just... I don't know how they do it.
Yeah, I don't either. And this is an Alabama rye, so it's going to be a little bit different than, say, a Kentucky or Tennessee rye, or definitely a Texas rye.
I have to say, I've been watching some videos with some Alabama girls, and I like Alabama.
Please leave your comments below. To Andy, this is not me.
What, you don't like Alabama girls?
Not the way you were insinuating. So, rye, spice, pepper, molasses.
Yeah, it's got the sweetness. Definitely got the rye.
A little bit of tobacco.
I smelled just now? A little bit of Dr. Pepper.
Okay. That's a new one on us.
Yeah, I've never, really, but I just, hold it up and I'm like,
yeah.
that's like Dr. Pepper.
Little tobacco, not much leather.
No.
A little hints of corn to me.
Yeah.
So that's probably alluding to that sweetness.
It's got that little, I want to say it's really light molasses.
Yeah.
It's got some, like, cherry or something in there.
Okay. I'm going to say this is actually a little bit better than a lot of the ryes that we've had lately and put this at a 4. I just feel like it is a very light, refreshing aroma.
I'll go with a 4. It's like...
a little bit kind of mellow, funky on the front end, spicy.
I was gonna say it was kind of like flat.
Yes, that's instead of mellow, funky, flat. That's exactly the word I want.
But I still get the Dr. Pepper in there for some strange reason.
So I'm not really getting the Dr. Pepper. I did it on the nose though. I could say that, like a cola, like a flat cola. A little bit of the molasses, but not much. There's no real sweetness to it like you get on the nose. It's very muted.
Yeah,
but spicy.
Very subtle. It's like just...
It's not complex. It's not cohesive in the flavors.
I would think this is what I want my rye to taste like.
Oh, see, and I don't. I mean, this is a good rye, don't get me wrong, but I'd rather be able to piece out all of that different stuff in the rye, and this is just kind of a muted flavor. So, while you're probably going to give it a better rating, I'm giving it a 3, you're giving it a 3.5.
And I think on the bite, a 4, but I could go down to a 3.5.
I'm saying it's a 3 on bite. It's a typical upfront rye spiciness with a back end funkiness. So if we look at bite, it's a medium bite to me.
Drinking rye. I got the I know we got it up here right here. We got the Blacklands, and I got the Redemption, and I've been drinking that lately, and it's like, so I've kind of got the rye.
I'm not sure they could they see that Blackland up there? No, it's on the shelf up. Oh no, they can't see it. We have a monitor here. Yeah. Blackland's a local Fort Worth distillery. We're in that region.
That's pretty
You guys
good.
should try it out. It's pretty good.
And the Redemption is really good.
So I'm getting a 12 on this. You're getting a 12.5. So that's basically a 3. I'm perfectly fine with that. I think it's... I would never call this a unicorn. Now, they have some other Clyde Mays that we're going to get to that probably are better. As far as unicorn status or that hunting status. But as far as the rye goes, it's a typical average rye to me. It's a 3. I like it. I'm glad it's open. Now I can start drinking it.
And I've kind of gravitated to rye as kind of almost my favorite. So I like it a lot. And I like that some ryes are just... We've done some ryes in the last few weeks.
Yes.
And some of them are like, just kind of like, what was the one we did a few weeks ago?
We've done so many.
But one of them was like, it was so weird that I was like...
Yeah. I think it was one that we picked up in the Tennessee run. It could have been... could have been Corsair, the triple smoke, or the dark rye. I think it's the Corsair dark rye that we did.
And it was like, it was so different that I couldn't wrap my head around it.
I think adding water to this, perfect. So now, when I drink this, I'm probably going to have it over ice, or as a cocktail as a Sazerac. Because it's sweetness on the nose, but not on the mouth, so I would add it to like a Sazerac or an old fashioned and add that simple syrup or that sugar cube to just pump it up a bit.
And the water just takes the bite away.
Yeah, it makes it better to me. So a little bit of water. And usually that happens with rye because rye is so spicy.
Yeah, because...
It's over ice is pretty decent. But again, tell us what you think. Have you had Clyde Mays, Claude Mays? Tell us what you think. Make sure you leave comments below about your thoughts on it, any other similar Alabama ryes that we should look at. We may have already gotten some because we did do a run through Alabama, but let us know. Make sure you do hit that like and subscribe. Check out Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and merchandise. And remember, there's no bad whiskey. There's only good whiskey and great whiskey, and this is good whiskey.
I'm almost saying it's better than good whiskey.
You're saying it's a high good whiskey.
Yes.
Because your point's not a great whiskey yet, but cheers.
Laters.